The woman only brushed her hair in isolation pod, but it caused a raging fire. When the police arrive here, the woman has been burnt into a crispy roast duck, and she is Georgia who witnessed Hannibal's murder in 10th episode of the main page. Police investigate surveillance video from last night found during this time period. No one has been here, and the forensic found Georgia's anti-static bracelet at the scene. All indications are that this was an accident, because Georgia is saddled with 2 homicide charges. Jack deduces that Georgia may have committed suicide, but Will believes there are still many doubts in the case. Sure enough, the next day, the forensic found an unidentified object in medical cabin. They thought it was part of the isolation chamber, but after the test of simple instrument, it's a piece of plastic. Oxygen-filled isolation chambers obviously won't use such flammable items, and they also found Georgia hair fibers on it. Will speculates it might be a comb. In a hyperoxic isolation chamber, static electricity induced by the comb is a very strong accelerant. Jack thinks this is what Georgia used to kill herself, but Will still insists it wasn't a suicide.
Whoever killed Sutcliffe wanted to kill him. How Georgia Madsen killed her victim, but not exactly how, correct?
Georgia Madsen carved up her victim's face. Sutcliffe was nearly decapitated at the jaw. I mean,
so she went further the second time. Serial killers often do that.
She was copied. Like, whoever killed Marissa Shore and Cassie Boyle wanted to copy how Garrett Jacob Hobbs killed his victims.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Dr. Sutcliffe was killed by Garrett Jacob Hobbs' copycat?
His name's Georgia Madsen. Because he thinks she saw his face.
Will's analysis made Jack realize that the recent spate of murders must have had some sort of special connection to Hobbs' imitators. These two people probably knew each other. Even there have high possibility they will join forces to commit crimes. Now, just check out Hobbs' previous trips. He believed there will be some new discoveries. On other side, Will finds Hannibal to analyze the case. Since Will's fever went down, his thinking suddenly began to clear up. Will has a clear understanding of imitating fans' ideas. Hannibal tried to mislead Will's investigation direction at this time, but Will insists his speculation is not wrong, because Georgia told him before she died. He saw a faceless man his face in the doctor's room, and this faceless man is the real murder impersonator. While speaking, Will suddenly realized this copycat probably didn't intend to frame Georgia. His real target is likely to be himself, and this person may be right beside him. He knows the progress of the case, and the right to participate in the investigation. Will says he got his behavior pattern under control. Now he is going to reframe his way of thinking.
How do you intend to do that?
By taking Abigail back to Minnesota. Start where the copycat started, when he called Garrett Jacob Hobbs.
Will, this is venturing into the paranoid. I can't allow you to pull Abigail into your delusion.
This isn't a delusion. I'm not hallucinating. I haven't lost time. I am awake. And this is real.
Looking at Will, who has gradually come into contact with the truth, Hannibal was very troubled. He really didn't want to kill one almost completed work making by him for hiding identity. Meanwhile, during the investigation, the police discovered, while selecting girls, Abby plays a very important part in it. Jack deduces that Abby is the copycat. She killed her best friend in honor of her father. IL was killed to cover up the homicide. As for why the doctor and Georgia were killed, that's because she's already bloodthirsty. Or maybe she wanted to show it to someone else. But when Jack comes to the nursing home to arrest Abby, found that Abby had been secretly taken away by Will. Then Jack immediately found Hannibal. Asked what is the relationship between Abby and Will, and at the same time, Will takes Abby to the attic full of antlers. Revisiting old place again, both of them were deeply moved. At this time, Will's encephalitis relapsed again. Envisions Abby, says everything. Will suddenly realizes that Jack is right.
Jack Crawford was right about you. He knew. Killed Nick Boyle. And you helped your father kill all of those girls.
No, I didn't help my dad kill anybody.
No, you lured them. You killed them. How many other people have you killed?
Do you mean I'm the copycat? You think I killed Marissa?
If you didn't kill her, Abigail, then somebody you know did.
I think that somebody could be you. You were there. You saw Marissa. You knew about this place, and there is something wrong with you.
Amid Abby's questioning, Will lost himself mind. Wait until he wakes up again, discovering himself on an unusual plane. On other side, the panicked Abby ran into home. Here she met Hannibal had been waiting for a long time. Then Abby suddenly thought of something. Will often say, on the day of the incident, the mystery man called his father was a copycat, and that call was made by Hannibal. Abby finally realizes that Hannibal is a copycat.
How many people have you killed?
Many more than your father.
Are you going to kill me?
I'm so sorry, Abby. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you in this life.